Then the Lord answered me and said, Write the vision and make it plain on tablets, that he may run who reads it.
The redefinition of what fake news is over and over again. And for some reason, anything that relates to Christianity always ends up on the floor.
We are at war. No, you don't get it. We're at war. We're at war not only for the gospel, we're at the war for the very heart of our nation.
While many organizations were scaling back their events, one group chose to expand. The Content 2020 Christian Film Festival and they added a new category, news and journalism.
You better make up your mind whether or not you think we can win.
We are not going to stand idly by and allow the media to continue to serve as the prophets of Baal in the mighty name of Jesus.
The real Christians will stand and say, I will not be right, I will not be left, and wage warfare on everything that does not line up biblically, whether it's left or it's right.
It took a Christian minister to rally his congregation and rally other pastors to rally their congregations to demand that their civil rights. And that's the only thing anything ever changes. History shows that.
One thing I like about it is you don't shy away from talking about Washington's faith. Because, you know, when you watch Hollywood films and when you watch a lot of TV shows, they tend to not talk about that.
So at Epoch Times, we of course have our slogan, Truth and Tradition, meant to speak the truth and uphold traditions. And this is something we're going to be doing into the distant future, and we will never be silenced.
That's right.
The award that I got was for the best engaging story.
For Christians, I have been saying for quite some time that we don't need some Marxist, anti-Christ, anti-family, anti-man organization to tell us how we should love our neighbor.
If homework is sinful and attendance is unnecessary, my final thought for you is that we don't have a school system anymore.
It'd be great for a suspense novel, but in this case, it's true.
Yes, we added the news and journalism to our media conference this year, Content 2020. Why? Because last year the news media had wreaked havoc upon our country more than I had ever seen in my whole lifetime. And if you look at Romans chapter 1 says the wicked suppress the truth. And that's what we saw. We saw the wicked suppress the truth. Instead of bellyache and complain about it, we wanted to slay the giant under the radar. And so we decided, hey, let's be part of the solution. Let's create boot camps and workshops, and let's award those who are already doing a great job, and let's catapult them and network them and befriend them and pray for them so that they can do more for the kingdom. So that's what we did in Content 2020.
We don't back down as Christians. When the fire comes, we stand and we allow God to take his fight all the way down the enemy's throat. So at a time where we're seeking to please men, we might get canceled. Cancel culture does not have the right to cancel the gospel.
If the foundations be destroyed, what can the righteous do? That's what we're looking at. That's why we are in the mess that we are in. And that we once again need to legalize Jesus.
When you can get the people away from the law and you can dummy them down, and you can entertain them out of their freedoms. They're going to let these people do what they want to do, how they do it, when they do it. And the fact of the matter is, the American people have nobody to blame but themselves.
The gig is up. It is past time to fully reopen. And now, there is no excuse not to.
got similar stuff going on in America. We'll talk about the political infiltration of America very, very soon. They've got members of Congress and much more.
With history, you must teach history from a biblical worldview, because history, I didn't realize until really I started homeschooling how corrupt history has become.
We're not a communist society. We don't live in a dictatorial society. We live in America, and we happen to have this thing called the United States Constitution, which ostensibly protects our God-given rights.
Best overall production quality, Gary Franchi, and best breaking news program, Gary Franchi. Give him a hand clap.
That was beautiful. Now, last October, John Diamond of the organization, he reached out to us to inform us that we won the awards. He stated, quote, "This is the first year that we are showcasing news and journalism," and he declared that their prayer is to pioneer a journalism movement and a network that will rival the mainstream media. I'd personally like to thank my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, for his guidance and protection on this mission, my family, my crew, and the whole team at Content 2020 for having the bold vision to expand their festival to include an underserved community of creators and journalists who are under constant persecution for simply having a different political perspective.
If you ever decide to defy human logic and religiosity, humans will have a problem with you. The religious leaders will have a problem with you. But you will be the answer that the world is waiting for.
Whether they let us in or not, create your own platforms for such a time as this. So why more Christian journalists? The people of God can no longer perish for the lack of knowledge, and unfortunately, many already have.
So what I'm asking you to do is pray and consider being part of Content 2021. We want you there. We want you part of the news and journalism, and we want to support you. God bless you.